Good morning all. Morning Mini Mensa in motion. Welcome to today's stream, friends. We've got a special guest today in the background. Hello Mini MF, what's going on? My girlfriend and my dog are here. Say hello. She waved. Doesn't work like that, mate. G'day Barney, how you going, mate? We'll see if we can get the little fella on stream later on. No, it probably won't play nice. I'll probably continue to just be exactly the same as I always am. Okay. So we've got a few things to think about today. What colour do we want to do the fabrics? What colour do we want to play around with the lower half of the model? And what pattern do we want to put on the shield? Yeah, green could work, but maybe we might move into a desaturated palette maybe. Let's try something a bit different. G'day Sleepy Slane. Finished Ted Lasso, mate. How good was it? How good was that? Yeah, might be all that you get. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Too good. Great show. That was probably my least favourite episode of the show. I mean, I like Coach Beard as a character, but that was a shit episode. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Ah, the War Mistress. Thanks for the raid, champion. Let's go and... I still haven't fixed my bot yet since everything happened with Twitch. Hey Tui, what's going on? Let's have a little shout out for you. Do it in a different way. Ah! Everyone should go follow. There you go. Star Trek Enterprise. I watched it a little bit when I was a kid. A little bit. I'm not that old though, Matt. GW987, thanks for that follow, champion. I have definitely watched Star Trek. Big fan of Discovery. G'day MK Finder, what's going on, champion? This is Eldareon from Black Crow Miniatures, is the figure. And we're doing him before we move on to a pretty big project. So let me show you a picture of my big project actually, because I don't think I've showed that yet. So this is the project we'll be moving into. Maybe after Eldareon I may have one paint thing I'll do before it. Here we go. So yep, it's a big Chaos Warrior project. So we've got all of the models from the Hera Models Wastelands Kickstarter. I've tightened up the composition a little bit since this. I've actually built the base. Here, I'll show you the base. It's sitting right here. So we'll get started on that soon. I'm not sure. I haven't made any decisions about colours yet, but in terms of the base, it's all sort of ready to go. And as I said, composition's a bit tighter now, so everything's closer together. So yeah, I'm going to do some sculpting and stuff on there next, and then we'll see. So yeah, we may start that next. It'll just depend if I feel it's ready to start painting, and if it's not, then we'll probably do another bust or something. We may even do a bust anyway. Yeah, I think we'll do a bust anyway. I know, what a shock. It's just my jam, Tui. Colwell thinks it's my niche in this hobby. Doing big projects. And he says that because he knows I'm shit at normal painting. I don't have any artist opus, cannot help you. Yeah, I think it's actually Japanese, mate. It's a Naginata. Or Chinese, maybe. So I think we'll try and keep this colour palette very cold. Maybe even a little bit desaturated. Just in general, my pieces tend towards warm and saturated, so it'll be a good challenge to try and do something different. At least for the moment. Until we realise it's no good. And we'll change it back. It's certainly a different challenge, put it that way. There's a moment in every one of those projects where I'm just like, nah, I've had enough of this shit. And I'm ready to pack up shop. I usually find something that re-inspires me to keep going. So for those who've been following for quite a while, you may remember around, I reckon March maybe, I went and ordered some Raphael brushes because I was nervous about the Winsor & Newtons and the quality they had. Well, we're now in October and I'm still kicking around with that same 3 or 4 Raphael brushes, which I think is a good indicator that they are quite durable, quite reliable brushes. Especially when you think about the number of projects I've done over that time. We may just have a quick divergence here. Do a smidge of airbrushing on this. Oh, it may almost be time to retire this airbrush brush. Yeah, I think that's an important point, mate. Everyone has different approaches and different things they value with their brushes. G'day Kung Fu. And you need to find what works for you. Yep, that's a good approach. Yeah, I think durability is probably the key for me, but it's also longevity because I do such a lot of painting. So it needs to be both durable and something that's going to still be kicking along in a few months' time after I've painted for, a fair while. So this is a good tip, I suppose. Certainly not revolutionary, but when you airbrush a colour, that colour will be less intense than if you were to brush it on with a paintbrush. So I find that the first layer of highlights over a thin airbrush base usually looks good if you just use the base colour, same colour you airbrush with. Thanks 8-Bit Workshop, thanks for following, champion. Alright, we'll come back to that in a second. Let's think about these bits. We need some black. Oh, sounds awesome, mate. Yeah, well, my girlfriend and I went to the beach yesterday afternoon. Beautiful. Wasn't it, Vids? Okay, so I want to try and keep the purple in this little area. Go Rapid Transit. So the Inner Kingdoms Kickstarter finished up last night, friends, or last night for me, a few hours ago for most of you. I think it just fell short of unlocking the Mistweaver, which is a shame. I particularly liked that figure. But hopefully you'll release it anyway. Yeah, they are definitely going to be releasing those for sale, mate. The Kickstarter was just to get the brand off the ground, I think. Yeah. Yep, same boat, Tui. I expect it'll get done. Here is the red one, mate. For those who haven't seen it. Just dropping it all over the shop. yeah, I'm really happy with how she came out. It literally just reminded me, I've got to message my plinth guy. I'm going to message him right now while I remember. Jimbo. Hey Jim, need more bases. Maybe free Tuesday night for me to swing by. Cool. Locked in. Thanks, Jim. What a bloke. I find the selection of plinths really important, but I don't have a lot of really nice small bust sized plinths, so I need to get a few of those. I'm going to get Jim to make me a big one for that big diorama. Sometimes depends on the bust, mate, or the plinth. Like he makes plinths in general for all sorts of people, sells them. But yeah, because he lives in Brisbane, sort of relatively close to where I am, I'll just go over and say g'day, have a chat for a bit, and if I need a specific thing made, he'll make it for me. He's the guy who actually made my the box that I transported Camelot in. So he has custom made me bases as well. All of those really nice wood ones that I used for like Wizard of Oz and the Companions of the Hall. Those are all his. See you, mate. But yeah, I'm going to ask him to make me a specific base for that Chaos Warrior thing. I was thinking about that last night. I think I'm going to use some Nurglings on that base. Even though they're small scale, they should look okay for little pests, and in fact they should probably look more in scale on that than they do in Games Workshop figures. Theoretically. we'll just do a shit ton of little Nurglings kicking around. I mean, I hadn't really decided whether it was going to be a fully undivided sort of scheme or not. If I put a little all Nurglings all over it, I should probably do Nurgle theme, which could be cool. Just doing a fully Nurgle. But yeah, I haven't decided. It's a problem for future Trent to solve. Yeah, my colour selection probably is more appropriate for a Zinch colour palette than a Nurgle one, isn't it? So I don't want this armour to be super smooth, mostly because I can't really paint super smooth, but I also think some nice details on this armour will help break up how large it is. These areas are supposed to be like darker, and they've turned into probably lighter than I would have liked, so I'm going to have to kill that with a wash of some description. So I saw a couple of pieces on Instagram last night that I was very impressed with. One's by a painter called Antonio Pena, Spanish painter. I remember I started following him right back at the start when I was getting into display painting. So what's that like? Fuck, it's probably almost like 10 years ago now. When that was actually. I don't know if you can have a look at that. But I absolutely loved what he was doing back then, his style. He did this really incredible warm, cold shift on a lot of his figures where he had a really warm... Is he working for Big Child? I didn't know that. Maybe he's not. Anyway, I'm actually going to show you the piece in question because I'm talking about it so you can all actually see what I'm talking about. There he is. So this is the piece that I was wowed by. I just think it's a really beautiful example of how you can the difference between contrast, saturation to this sort of guy versus like mine or something like, you know, and I'll throw Benny under the bus here because it's something I've been talking to him about recently. Just how vibrant this piece feels to me. I think it's probably my favourite thing he's ever done. Yeah, I was blown away by it. But you look at the skin tone, there's such a huge contrast from light to dark, but it still feels saturated. It's pretty special. Yeah, love him. Here's his Wolverine. This piece is phenomenal. This was a little bit more desaturated piece. He's done a number of Black Crow box arts. This one, look at this axe. So good. Look at that. Look at that non-metallic metal. He's probably one of my favourite painters, and I'm not sure. I don't know the guy from Bar of Soap, but I haven't seen him enter too many. Oh, I didn't know he did it, Eldareon. So cool. Yeah, that's his Cormac. Yeah, I haven't seen him win too many awards or competitions. Hey, buddy. But I think he's sublime. Like, what I think I like most about it is he uses different colours to highlight things than I would think to, and it feels different when you see look at this gold. This is awesome. I'm about to paint that guy next, I've decided, so we're gonna have to refer to that because that is just kick-ass. Yep. Anyway, I'm scrolling back to show you a piece that the original piece that made me want to really get into display painting. It's a fair while back now. He's not the quickest painter either, though, I'll tell you that much. Look at this. Look at this. This is great. Awesome Tywin. Fantastic Severin Steelheart. It's Antonio Pena, AP Miniatures is the, there you go. So we're getting back a fair way now, which is cool, because this is the piece that I saw. So this piece, when I first saw it, it absolutely cracked my brain open. I couldn't figure it out, and I actually probably still can't figure it out how to do it now. But it's yeah, it's just a really cool style this guy's got, and I think he would probably be in one of my top 5 or 10 painters in the world, if he sort of painted more, I guess. Just his ability to use saturated tones, it just, yeah, does my head in. I love him. Here you go. He started this March 23rd, 2019. Come on, son. Do a bit more painting. Anyway, there you go. Antonio Peña. What a guy. I saw a second awesome one, but I can't remember what it was. I'm sure it'll come back to me later on. You alright, Rocket?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my fridge.
Yeah. He's got a Patreon too. He's been doing that for a long time. So I feel like he's one of those people that probably doesn't get enough kudos for the work that he does. But that may just be because I was actually on his Patreon for a while, but all of his videos were in Spanish. And because of how I like to do, g'day Joe Skynet, because of how I like to paint, or how I like to watch videos while I'm painting, I've just found it too difficult with a non-English speaker for the videos. But yeah, he's one of my favourites. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I thought it was you that sort of said you knew him. Yeah. Did he stop doing his Patreon, did he? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that shows you how closely I follow the other stuff that he does. It's just non-English speaking, man. It's really hard for me to follow along. All right. Jose's awesome. He does some streaming on here actually. If you haven't seen, he's all time. He's crazy. Wow, he can really paint. Wow, he can really paint. Yeah, so I mixed a little bit of Achillean green and Shyish purple for this wash. I'm actually going to do a couple of layers, I think. See if we can really darken it up, because I didn't want it to be this light, but what a coincidence. There it is. I had a pretty horrific injury yesterday, friends, which I'm sure many of you have gone through. See MK Finder. I'm sure many of you have gone through before. The dreaded finger cut. It's a bad one though. I reckon I fucking got all the way down to the bone. Fucking stinger. It's pissing out blood everywhere. Everyone's fine now. Okay, broadside. What's going on, mate? It was just the usual, trying to trim off some mould lines, cutting towards my finger. I've done it many times before, and I'm sure I'll do it many times again, but that was a really bad one because it was deep. It was very deep. Oh, it's a deep burn. It's so deep. Wow, you can really dance. Oop, don't drop him, Deno. Let's actually try that colour. So I've mixed a little bit of Black Templar into this wash, this latest wash. So what we've got is we've got purple, green and black tones, and the black's actually also a bluey green as well. I haven't played it yet actually, we're probably going to play it Tuesday night. So I've got 2 more models to paint, but I don't think, of the characters anyway, I don't think I'm going to get them done in time. Unless I decided to crack on with them tomorrow night. On stream on Party Monday. That's an option, I suppose. I may keep doing this guy though. Alright, that looks a little bit more interesting now. The models are killer. I am quite comfortable to say they are the best board games miniatures I've ever seen. Very comfortable with that statement. As you know, I've seen quite a few, so. Oh, stupid hat's dumb. It's a dumb hat. The model's grown on me, but impractical dumb hat. Here, I've actually got them here. I spent like an hour, maybe 2 hours on each of these max, and I could have easily done a display level paint job on them. Like the quality of the sculpts is super cool. Here's one of the actual figures. Like the detail's so crisp. You couldn't tell that filling the bases too. Beautiful. Feels nice. Yeah, really cool. They are plastic, yeah. That's what's most impressive about them. The level of detail is incredible for pre whatever they are, plastics. I don't know if they're hips. I don't think they are. I think there's some other plastic. HIPS stands for high impact polystyrene, I think. Single piece that came like that out of the box. I think if you look at, so this one's the other one I haven't painted, the dragon one. You can see there's a clear mould line down here. And another one along here. Another one here. But if you wanted to fill that in, you absolutely could without any difficulty, and it would be comparable with the quality of G-Dub. But yeah, that's what it came like out of the box. The only thing I did was fill in the bases with some putty and some weighted not magnets, little washers. What was I going to do? Go and look at figures. Kung Fu. Oh yeah, they're awesome. Oh, that one's cool as Snake Chick. Yeah, they're mad, mate. Look at that pirate dude. I wonder if we're actually moving into a white for these robes. That would be interesting. Surely not. Maybe. I've been with you such a long time. And I want you to know my feelings are true. I really love you. Oh, you're my best friend. Wampa. Wow, 8 months. Thanks, buddy. From what I've heard, Kung Fu, it doesn't. We've not played it yet, so I don't want to go too far off the reservation, but it's got the biggest problem that it was always going to have is that the game's played on an iPad or a mobile device, as opposed to the game being played on the board. That's the criticism that concerns me. There's so many cool mechanics, so many cool ideas that the app can allow you to do, but all of that falls by the wayside because you're not actually playing a game on the board. Yeah, we've played several campaigns of Descent 2. We love it. It's awesome. And so when we heard about Descent 3, we were like frothing. And I saw the models. I was like, oh my god. There's Hugo. What's up, buddy?
You heard it when you went back.
Ah. What's going on, bud? Hugo. Come here, buddy. Come here, bud. Hey, come here. What are you doing? Hey, come here. Good boy. You're a good boy. Come here. Oh. Hey, buddy. You alright? What are you doing? What are you barking at? Hey? It's gonna be okay, mate. Off you go. Good boy. Good boy. See ya. He's been on high alert. Been a lot of birds around today. He's got to tell those birds who's boss. Anyway, I'm just going to talk about Ted Lasso now because it's like my favourite thing I've watched this year. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, just fucking stop watching me. Go park yourself in front of the TV for the next, I don't know, 12 hours or something. Won't take you long. Best show. It's the best show. Ted Lasso is the name of the show. It's a comedy / drama about an American NFL coach who gets signed by a English Premier League team to go coach soccer, and he knows nothing about soccer. Literally knows nothing about soccer. So it goes over, and yeah, as I'm sure you can expect, much hilarity ensues, but also some genuine moments. And then the first season was just delightful, and the second season kicked it up a notch. Took a shot from its Spice Weasel and started dealing more with some of the emotional stuff, pretty serious stuff. But it looks at a lot of things like mental health in sport. Oh, Joe, trust me, this is the go, mate. Ted Lasso. It really deals with a lot of stuff that probably needs to be dealt with more openly and discussed more openly. Mental health in sport, mental health in general, toxic masculinity. But just deals with it in a respectful way, and it doesn't beat you over the head with it either. It's not like, oh, fucking be nice to each other, you fucks. It's it subtly deals with those topics in a respectful and meaningful way. As well as being really funny. Stars Jason Sudeikis, however you pronounce it. I'll tell you what, I had no idea that guy could actually act. Had no clue. But if he didn't win an Emmy, I think he did win the Emmy for it. I certainly know the show won a shit ton of Emmys. Except for one character, hey, Kung Fu. You liked Ted Lasso, eh?
Yeah.
There you go. That's a ringing endorsement from my girlfriend. I made her watch it. She wasn't happy.
Thanks so much shit about that.
You weren't happy. But you were by the end of it.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. There you go. It's on Apple TV. So I think an Apple TV subscription's about $6, mate. So we just signed up for it. There's a couple of other shows I want to watch on there. Yeah, neither can I, mate. Apparently the third season's the final season too. They only planned for 3 seasons. Which I'm very unhappy about. Yeah, might be on what you get. Jamie Tot, Jamie Tot, Oh, mate, Tui, get on it, I tell ya. As a European, you'll enjoy the soccer. As a wonderful human being, you'll enjoy the comedy elements and the way that the show focuses on people being good people. Roy can't. Yeah, he's seems like an interesting dude. Anyway, not understating it to say, my favourite show I've watched this year. You tell him, bud. All right. Bark, 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 bark. Time for that brush to be retired. Oh, he's doing his best. He's doing his best. There's a lot of noises here. He hasn't stayed here much. He gets nervous. He's only a little fella. Let's just do something a bit different. Get a little bit of this Hazomatic blue. So I was watching Marco Frizzoni. Hello guys, Marco, not this Mecca, that guy. And he was talking about the Scale 75 instant colours, and he was recommending them because he believed they were better than contrast paint. Well, boy oh boy am I interested. Hey, good for you, Wampa. Did you enjoy the finale? Did you enjoy the show? Yeah, I know they got them at IF, which is the other reason why I was like, ooh, maybe I will try those bad boys out. Bit of brush, thanks for following, mate. Well, it's his opinion that they provide you a stronger colour in one application. I think was what he said, basically. G'day, Durstrom. Yeah, so do I. But I feel like it's enough of an endorsement for me to want to try them. So I may grab a couple of colours that I like and see how they work. It is very expensive. Well, this guy feels almost like a Lothern Seaguard now. Maybe I should do a Lothern Seaguard. That's because of the gloss. Do a matte varnish over the top of them, the paints will stick fine, mate. Here's an example. When you do a gloss, it creates a super smooth layer like this. So paint can't really stick to that. When you do a matte, what it's doing is it's creating lots of little jagged bits of pigment which is diffusing the eyes and making things look less shiny. Lots of little dots. So it has more teeth to adhere to. I actually learnt that in Raphael Pica in his one-on-one coaching that I did with him, which was awesome. And funnily enough, Marco talked about it in the latest video. Yeah. That would look cool. Let's go look up some Lothern Sea Guard patterns. Ah, that was really painful on my finger. Oh, oh no. Yes, it is. Alright, let's find. I put superglue on there yesterday and my girlfriend thought I was an absolute nutcase. The old dragon. There's a dragon head on the base. It sure does, Foxalotl. It sure does. It works an absolute treat. It's actually what it was initially invented for. I think I can do that dragon pattern really well. Eat it, Friday. How about I try Lothern Sea Guard Shield? That could be cool. Oh, it's Volumir. Wonder if that was actually something he did. He did a really cool Lothern Sea Guard on a dragon that won some golden demons, I think. Yeah, let's try that, I reckon. That could be fun. Turn that off for the moment. I'll keep doing this. It's come out pretty interesting, the colours actually. It's a green mixed in with the, what colour is it called? Pale Flesh from Nocturna, which is like a greeny grey. And then I've mixed in a little bit of game colour emerald on this, which is also a pale green. Yeah, it's created an interesting colour. The aromatic blues helped, but go. Tiny little last highlight in this emerald colour. See how that looks. Citrus OG. G'day mate, how are you? Thanks for the follow. It almost makes the fabric look like a silk, which is cool. What's happening, Citrus? Mate, this particular one is from a company called Black Crow, but I get them from a variety of different places. There's lots of different miniature manufacturers that I like. Yeah, this particular one is from Black Crow. I wasn't planning on using any gold anywhere on this figure, but there's a couple of little elements that I don't really want to do silver, so I may need to do them gold. Wonder how that's going to look. Citrus, no. I've got a good friend of mine who does actually have a 3D printer, and he's printed me a number of pieces for my terrain. for my bases and stuff, but I don't really want to get a 3D printer. I feel like I already struggle with painting the minis that I buy as it is. If I could buy minis for cheaper and just print them myself, I feel like I'd get in trouble with having too many minis sitting over there that'll never get painted. So, thanks Citrus. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, exactly. I just can't justify it at the moment. Particularly given that I would probably only use it for bases to begin with. It just doesn't feel like a good path to travel down, I don't think. Maybe one day. Never say never. But yeah, not for me at the moment. Alright. Just going to do some black lining just to separate some of those elements that look a little bit too close, thanks to the airbrushing. Not enough separation. There's my favourite green colour. Hello. I could just use that, I suppose. That'll be fine. Right. So we're doing that big diorama. Now I probably wouldn't mind some advice on where we think the colour palette, the scheme should finish. At the moment, I'm on the fence about whether we should go for a full-on specific Chaos God, whether we should make it an undivided scheme, so it looks like it belongs to all of the gods or none of the gods. Or something else. Some other option. So if you started in the world of Warhammer, you're probably the right person to answer this question. Let's have a look at each of the models actually. Might make the decision a bit easier. Just finished doing some of this stuff and then I'll bring the models out. Indeed, indeed. It's always a nice challenge though to try and bring all of those different coloured elements to come together into a cohesive piece. So it's certainly the wrong choice to do all of the gods, but it could prove to be an interesting painting experience. Alright, let's grab out those models. So, hey-o! So this is the first, I'll just bring up this picture so you can see what it looks like again. So this is the diorama as it stands. It looks a little bit more progressed, but yeah, there's 5 different models. There's 5 different Chaos Gods, or there's 4 Chaos Gods and then the Undivided. So, and each of them does actually feel a little bit like a certain god. This guy would be Undivided. The Sorcerer Zinch. The Fat Chaos Warrior could be Nurgle. The dude at the front, Slanesh, and the dude riding the big beast is Khorne. So that could work, but we could just pick one, because I think you could make one work for all of them except for Khorne. I think Nurgle's my favourite. Yeah. So this guy's like a generic Chaos Marauder. So he's up the top. Haven't really given him too much thought. He looks like a model that will just fit into my style pretty easily. We got this guy, who's the big staunch fella. Again, he fits into a scheme really well. Lots of greens. He could be anything though. Beautiful. We've got this wizard. He's got some cool details on him. He doesn't feel like a specific wizard of a specific god. G'day Weetabix. So I think we could go with any, but Nurgle, it does feel Nurglish. The whole thing feels Nurglish. I think I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's a Nurgle diorama. Alright, this is a model that will just, yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's just unreal. This little dude, elf dude, it's a Kickstarter exclusive. You can't get this any other way. But look at that. I love it. Alright, so this dude's the only one who doesn't really look Nurgly, so I got some heads to choose from for him. I think my choice will be made a bit easier. This is the bearded head. I think he's got a horned head. he's also got spiky head. Hey bud, what are you doing? Just come say hello. Anyway, this is the final piece in the puzzle. This is a very large figure, this one. Here is an example of how large this figure is. He's wild. Bruno Tour, g'day mate. Alright, so we're definitely going to do Nurgle. And that will allow me the freedom to just throw Nurglings everywhere all over it. How good's that? I do love me some Nurglings. I think I've got some in a box up there. Bruno, the models that I just looked at, or this model here, mate. This model is from Black Crow Miniatures, and those other models are from Hera Models. They're from a recent Kickstarter. So the Hera Models ones you won't be able to buy for a little while actually. They're probably not going to be till next year. But if you want, I can get you the link for the Kickstarter. Cool. And there's the Eldareon figure as well. Yeah, let's just do something. He probably is supposed to be the same scale, yeah. Let's have a look. Kmart? Cool, mate. See ya. Yeah, similar scale. He's very thin, but he's an elf, I suppose. G'day, Oglecan. What's going on?
Should I take your keys?
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot my Medicare card, so we definitely have to go.
Okay. He does need to eat more Tim Tams. Good on you, Tui. Take care of yourself, mate. Enjoy Ted Lasso. I know you'll love it. Okay. Ciara C creates, thanks for the follow, champion. See you, mate. We're about to have one baby dog having a cry. Thanks, mate. Hugo doesn't like it when his mum goes away. You alright, buddy? Glazing's cool, so's contrast paints, mate. Hey, buddy, come here. You alright? Oh, what's the matter? Come here. Should be back, I promise. I promise she'll be back, buddy. 1 second, friends. Poor little baby. Hey, come here. Hey. Hey. She'll be back. She'll be back. Got to go wait at the door for her to come back. Good point, buddy. You do that. Oh. Breaking shit. Alright. I definitely think we need to do these elements in gold, but let's try and do them in gold that's similar to this. Like a different palette. No, I'm not a professional, mate. I am a amateur. Just like having fun with my toy soldier painting. I am not a professional. I just have fun. I think that's a true, genuine statement. Alright, we're going to use one of my favourite colours. It's this intensely fluorescent magenta. The pigment's separated a bit, so I find I have to mix it quite a lot with some airbrush thinner just to help it smooth out. Interesting. Isn't the term professional mean you do it as a profession? Because I definitely don't do it as a profession. I know, buddy. She'll be back though, mate, I promise. Yeah. Alright, let's leave that for the moment. Let's do some gold bits. Oops. Okay. this bit to be gold. We want these bits to be gold. This bit to be gold. Is it a mistake to not do these elements in gold? I maybe feel like it is. Let's see. Let's see how we feel. Koki, my mate who I play Rebellion with, he painted most of his. And fuck, it's awesome. But I wouldn't paint them. Outside of maybe doing some really like quick fancy airbrush tricks and then some contrast paint glazes, like that's, yeah, they're way too small for me to have any interest in painting. Well, he hasn't finished. And he started it years ago. So take from that what you will. Idiot, idiot, you're an idiot, idiot on the floor. Bam, 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 bam. She's a maniac, maniac on the floor. And she's dancing like she never danced before. Okay, little bit of gold. Ah, the great man. What's happening? How's that magnificent voice of yours going? She's a maniac, maniac on the floor. G'day, Plank. I rolled 4 18s on mine. Intelligence, wisdom, charisma and dexterity. All got 18s. Unfortunately, I didn't roll that well on my strength. Hey, Draxy. Hey, buddy, what's up? Little buddy, you alright? Hugo. You okay? Poor little guy's sad. I promise she'll be back, mate. Just gone to the shops. Ooh, that is a challenging model. I know, mate. Poor little teeth. Hey. Hey, come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. You're being a little sooky boy today, aren't you? Hey? Here you go. Hey. Your mum will be back, mate, I promise. Get away from me. I've tipped in for $1. Tipped in for $1. So I can make a decision once the campaign's ended. But it does look pretty good. So it's a solid maybe at the moment. What other ones have they done? Oh yeah, you know, I bought an acrony and it sat on my shelf for like 4 months, and then I decided I'm going to play that. I pulled it out, set it up, and I just packed it up and put it away again. Just couldn't do it. So I ended up selling it, which is a shame because it looked really cool. Probably would have been up my alley, but always buy it again if I change my mind. Same deal with Tricarian, I've heard good things about it. I feel like it would be up my alley. Up my magical alley. Maniac on the floor. Thanks, mate. I was actually just thinking to myself, I don't know if I like the pink, so that may be disappearing soon. We'll see. Yet to decide. Well, we can only hope. G'day, Joel Paul. Well, it feels very out of sync with the rest of the colour palette, which is exactly what I was going for, but it's so much out of sync that it's possibly distracting. Do a flip! Hados, Barbados, you amazing man. What is happening? Might just zoom out so you can see what's happening. How are you, mate? What's happening in the beautiful world of Ken Berens at the moment? On you, Ken. Cool. Always a good start on a Sunday morning. Wingspan. We were just talking about Wingspan. It's an okay game. We've played a few games of it. I wouldn't put it in my top 10. But it's an adequate game. Tapestry, yeah, Tapestry's, I rate Tapestry over Wingspan. My friend Koki and I both love Tapestry. I think it's probably my third or fourth highest played game in my recorded apps, actually. I have told him that it's just okay, and he does get upset. I'm going to have a look right now. I have to sign in. Big demo profile. Oh no, logged plays, hey. Where's logged plays? There it is. I want to see by game. Fucking hell. There we go. Go. Hey, Rowie. There you go, Tapestry, 33 plays. Kingdom Death Monster's actually like 150, but I just stopped recording it because you don't really play a game, you play a year. So, oh, I can't believe we played 10 games of TI. How good's that? I'd like to play some more actually. It's good stuff. Tapestry. Actually, my girlfriend likes Tapestry, which is always good. Nazumi, I'm not using a magnifying glass. I'm 38 and my eyesight is very, very good. But I do actually have concerns that at some point my eyesight will stop being good and I may have to look at other options such as a magnifying glass. But for the moment, no, I'm okay. But I certainly am starting to feel old in a lot of other areas, so. Alright, I'm doing it. Boo. Boo. Yeah, I'll wait and see. I'll make a decision in the pledge manager. I usually just tip in a couple of bucks every month to a few that look interesting, and if they end up being something that I want to invest in, it's good. I always regret not putting in a buck on stuff when I don't do it, so I'll just be like, yeah, I'm just going to do it now. If even I'm on the fence, I'm like, yep, I'll put in a buck. There's been too many times where I've seen a game and I've been like, fuck yeah, I want that. That sucks, mate. Well, I hope you can find a way to still enjoy your hobby. So I would find that really difficult. No, I don't do music, mate. My fat beats come from my mouth. People can pay money, points to make me sing. So that's usually what people do. If they want to hear music. There used to be a green flower alone on the sea. You remain the light on the dark side of me. Love remains something that's high enough to hear. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen? And baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on a grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the bloom on the grave. La da 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 da. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. It's really good. Right. I feel like this is looking pretty cool. It's definitely looking Lothern Seaguard-esque. I definitely think the blue will be the go on the gem. We do need some patterns. Oh, love some Spice Girls. You can, tell you what, you can have a freebie right now. Pick a Spice Girls song. I'll sing it for you right now without spending points. Let's roll. Let's do this. Stop right now, thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey you, always on the run. Gotta slow it down, baby, gotta have some fun. You walk right in, you sit right down. It's cool, but you don't even know me. You give an inch, I take a mile. Something else and something, something, something. It's okay, you're going too fast. Something else, you know it won't last. Don't you know? Why can't you see? Slow it down. If you're sexy, you know just where you're going. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey you, always on the run. Love the Spice Girls. My girlfriend and I watched a documentary on the Spice Girls the other night on YouTube. Spice Girls were a seminal part of my childhood. They actually did. They actually did. And if you go and have a Bo Peep on this documentary on the internet, it sort of talked about them, and obviously it's a documentary about Eldareon, one of your best. But I just talked about how they became successful and what made them, and then also what broke them apart. It was really good documentary. We only watched the first part. I think the second part hasn't come out yet. Maybe. I admitted it. I was fine. They were attractive. As a young man, that was it. That was all I needed. I was very, very big fan of them. There's many songs, and I can tell you I've said this before on the stream. My favourite Spice Girls song is actually one that you'll know I am a Spice Girls nuffy. It's Viva Forever. It's not even one of their good songs, but it's my favourite one. Do you still remember every whispered word? Touch of your skin and something, something, it's only just begun. Hasta mañana, always be mine. Viva forever, I'll be waiting, everlasting, like the sun. Live forever for the moment, never searching for the one. There you go. My favourite Spice Girls song. G'day, Alison Olson. What's going on, mate? You've joined us right in the middle. See you, Wampa. Have a great night, mate. Good Saturday night. Always be mine. Forever, I'll be waiting, everlasting like the sun. Live forever for the moment. Never searching around. Oh, you guys angry. What are you angry about, bud? You angry about my singing? That's a yes. It's not that bad, mate. People on my stream think it's good. Sorry, buddy. Poor little dude. Here you go. Hey, what are you doing? What's up? What's up? What's going on? You want to come and say hello? No, you want to run away. I know, mate. She'll be back soon. I promise. She will. I love contrast paints. They're just so good when you mix them all together on a model at creating natural variation. Can't top it. The washes tend to be a muddier pigment. So when you use a wash, what it tends to do is desaturate the colour, make the colour look more grey, more washed out. And they also have a different medium in them. So the way that a wash is designed to work is it shades the deepest areas, but shouldn't leave too much on the raised areas. It does still leave some on the raised areas, so you tend to get a very dirty looking colour when you do it, which is okay. You just need to know that's what's happening. Whereas the contrast paints tend to be a lot more saturated, so when you use them, you can actually find they intensify the colour, make the colour more vibrant. And they're also designed to not sink as much into the recesses. Yeah. You're welcome, mate. Jamie Todd, Jamie Todd, Oh, Miss Jana. What's going on? What can I sing for you? Oh, I love a bit of Disney. Alright, let's go with look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. How can I be living in these waters? Warm on the sand. So reprimand their daughters, ready to stand and ready to know what the people know. Gonna get some answers. What's a fire and why does it? What's the word? Burn. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. Great song. Alright, let's do it. We will be finishing up stream soon, friends. It is almost 10 AM for me. I've got a full action-packed day ahead of me today. I'm taking my girlfriend to get her second vaccination. That's actually not that action-packed. Then I'll come home and continue assembling my diorama probably. Oh, one of my favourite colours, despair green. Wonder how that finger's going to pull up in the next couple of days. I had a horrible dream last night that my finger got infected and I had to get it cut off. Fortunately, I think I could still paint, which is the only one. Not a finger that I'm worried about. Yeah, I chopped into my finger yesterday, Miss Jana. I had to do some emergency super glue repairs, and it was a bad cut too. In the words of Taylor Swift, I made a really deep cut. Went very deep. Still got bruises under the skin there. Doesn't hurt like a lot, but it'll take a while to heal fully, I think. Oh. Yeah. Ooh. It happens. It happens. And it's okay. And every time I do it, I think to myself, cut away from yourself, you dickhead. Like, how many times do you have to fucking be told? I reckon I could literally cut my finger off and I would still not be able to convince myself to cut away. Slicing through bread. Good one. What's a fire and why does it, what's the word, burn? Oh, look out. Look out.
Hey, buddy.
Your mum's home, mate.
It's so hot in here.
He was pretty stressed when you left. Yep. Alright, I don't think I'm going to do any more airbrushing, so what I'm actually going to do is glue this dude to the base, because I need to see this all together, and that will actually draw us to a close for today, I think. Right. Thanks, mate. Well, I don't have to do anything other than drive. Yeah, the next project's going to be good. I'm gonna plaster that base in Nurglings. I think that will be a very fun thing to paint, that base. So. No Crusaders afterwards. You jokers. You're all idiots. Especially you, Broadside. I know where you live, mate. Well, I don't really, but I know you live in Ipswich. I will literally go knocking on doors, mate. In and around Ipswich. My girlfriend's complaining it's very hot in here. You just been walking outside, mate. Alright. Cool. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright, moment of truth. How are we looking, bro? Little LV bro. Okay. Well, we definitely need to incorporate some more purple in the horns, and the base is a little bit more saturated than the dude is, so we probably need to fix that. Yeah, I suppose we could do a deep purple, couldn't we? That might work. Instead of magenta. Alright, that'll be the go. Did that just pop up? We're good. Let's do a cheeky little bit of gut filling now, friends. Cool. Looks good.
I bought so much stuff.
Did you? What a legend.
But it only cost $70.
Kmart. How good. Ooh. Alright. Calling that a day. We'll do some more on him tomorrow night. Maybe we'll do the shield. Maybe we'll do the shield tomorrow night on Party Monday. Alright friends, you're all awesome. Let's go find some champion we can raid on a Sunday morning. Who can we raid? Let's have a Bo Peep. Let's have a Bo Peep. Boom. I just clicked on my channel. Let's browse. Miniature figures. Boom. Always like doing this because it's a Saturday night or whatever night it is for Americans, so we get to see some different people. Oh, Marvel Crisis Protocol. Here we go. 720p source. Struggling, mate.
Alright, let's get some dumpsters.
I'm out.
Oh, we got work on.
I'm out, mate.
Go around. I love it. When you went to the Walmart and a man heard me playing the guitar.
That's a maybe. Any thoughts, friends? Friendly pyro. Any of these people that I should definitely jump on? Oh, this is interesting. What do we got here? Big, one of those big things. Geez, I struggle with 720p source, don't I? Alright, it's going to be this guy, Super Daniel. Let's go. Boom. Raid. Stop raid. You're all awesome, friends. Have a fantastic weekend. See you tomorrow for Party Monday. Big Dano. Out.